Let's go to Albert Park. We're going to catch a tram from outside Flinders Street station. So we've come from Flinders Street station, stop 13, and Union Street is where we are getting dropped off, stop 29. Always got to touch on, touch off your MyKey card. Now the question is how we get to Albert Park Lake. Might ask somebody, how do you get to Albert Park Lake? So I asked a guy in the subway, where's the lake? And also got myself a water, so we'll be walking around, keep hydrated and all that. And he said, oh, you can't miss it, mate. It's just the lake outside, it's down there. So I said, which direction? So he pointed down here. And look, you can't miss it, can you? You can't miss the lake. I can, because I can't see any lake. What's he talking about? But he looked at me as if I'm a bit, you know, I was asking the strangest question in the world. The lake, mate, it's just there. Can't you see it? Nope. Right, I'll let you know if I find a lake, because that will be Albert Park Lake. Down there? Nope. If you spot a lake, you let me know in the comments. Can't miss it. I don't think anyone has ever asked him that question. Right, we're on the hunt for this lake. If I don't do anything else today, I'm going to find a lake. Can't miss it. Well, I'm still walking down this road. Have been for a couple of minutes. Still no lake. Can't miss it. Oh, actually, this looks promising. Do you know, in the far distance, you can't miss it. It's a lake. I think it's one of those things that when you know, you know. And when you don't, if you're a tourist. I've never been to Albert Park Lake, but I've seen it lots on television. You may have as well. It's the circuit for Formula One. The first race of every season is usually in Australia, in Melbourne, at Albert Park Lake. I wonder if Martin Brundle, etc. say, you can't miss it. I think when Formula One's on, you probably can't miss it, because there are probably signs everywhere, but I haven't seen one sign for Albert Park Lake. Nothing. Even the train, you know, we got off at that stop, and that's not Albert Park, but it's one of the closest ones to go for a nice walk around. So this is a big road to cross. Not messing with those trucks. think this is part of the racetrack itself. The straight. And there we go. A sign for Albert Park. Phew, needed that earlier. So I think the whole thing is about 3 miles if you walk around it. So we'll see how much we can do. Yeah, I believe that is the main straight. I haven't actually watched Formula One for a while. I found I was falling asleep. However, as in Singapore, we saw the preparations for the race there. I thought, oh, I'll come to Albert Park Lake and see what that's like. But it's a beautiful walk anyway, apparently, whether you like Formula One or not, walking around the lake. And it's one of those things that's nice to do. I'm now wondering if this is the straight. I don't know. If someone knows, let me know in the comments. Now, which way round shall we go? I think I'm going to go to the left. So here we are. You can't miss it. Albert Park Lake. And some ducks. I think they're all looking for lunch. I tell you what, walking around the lake as well, you get terrific views of the city. There's lots of joggers around here as well, and walkers. It's a popular spot. See, it's not just for motor racing. And at this point, opposite there on the lake, is where we entered. And just walked all the way around there and all the way to here. And I have my friend here, the black swan. They can be vicious though, so I'll keep my distance. I've just stumbled across the pits area of Formula One, just over the way there. Let's get a bit closer. Where all the garages are. At least that's where I think it is. God, this could be so wrong. Football pitch here. And here we are, a little closer. It definitely looks like the pit lane, or the pit buildings anyway, for Formula One. And I'm feeling a lot more confident now as well because of that sign there. The Australian Grand Prix Corporation, Secretary of the event, the reception. A bit empty in there at the moment. The Grand Prix here was a few months ago. F1 2024. Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen, Albert Park Lake. You can't miss it. Valtteri Bottas, Oscar Piastri. Bit of artwork at the Formula One pits. And I was at the back, and this is the actual pit lane itself. Melbourne. Must be a few people come here, like me, who are fans. It's just interesting to see it in real life. If this was a few months ago, there would be Formula One racing cars coming right towards me. And when the race is on, going all the way down there. Sir Jack Brabham, 3 times world champion. Alan Jones, world champion in 1980. Let's have a walk down the pit lane. I feel like Martin Brundle, but with less people and less cars and less going on. It costs a lot, doesn't it, for a ticket to go and see Formula One? And I don't know how much it costs to be in the pit lane. I think you have to be special or pretty rich. Have you ever been in the pit lane in any Grand Prix Formula One? Let me know in the comments. Be interested to know. Is that where they get all their awards and crack open the champagne? Nosy in here. Got a motorbiker doing the rounds. I don't know whose garage is whose. They've taken all the signs off. Some basketball going on. And there we go. Pit building, pit lane, and here part of the racing track at Melbourne, Albert Park Lake. And here are the corners just before Formula One drivers get to the pit lane on that straight in the far distance. So when the cars exit into the pit lane, they go into where that no entry sign is. And if they don't need change of tyres, etc., then they just carry along the straight. Obviously those barriers won't be there on the day. Such lovely surroundings as well. There's cricket grounds around here, football grounds, the lake, of course. How quickly can you change a tyre? I think I can do it in about a day. Not good enough for a Formula One driver, I don't think. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I've never been here before, so just wanted a little nosy around, see what it's all about. The Formula One racetrack in Melbourne. Apart from the motorcyclists doing the rounds at the moment, we pretty much have the place to ourselves. You can wander around to your heart's content. And it's a lot busier when Formula One is on. So the main racetrack behind me, the pit lane here behind me, that is Albert Park Lake in Melbourne, Australia. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did, and leave a comment as well if you've ever been to any Formula One racetracks. Have you ever been to any races? Let me know in the comments. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next video. I'm still going to nosy around, I think. Probably find out I shouldn't be here at some point. I didn't get a bottle of champagne for free. It's a shame. It is worth doing, actually, the walk around the Albert Park Lake. It does take some time though. Mind you, I've been taking my time walking really. So that has taken, to do the entire circumference and the Formula One pits up and down, 1 hour and 55 minutes, 6.26 kilometres. Albert Park Lake, walk around, done. Now, let's go and find a beer.